Let's enter this tunnel. Let's find out what the hell's going on over here. Embers up ahead. Has someone else been in the caves? Someone else been in these caves. Let's see what's happening here. A burnt diary. Property of Armand Birdson. If you steal this book, my dad will beat you up. Okay. Oh. Use plank on rocks. I guess that's the only way to get over the rocks. Yep. You search these remains. Pages of the embers, add them to the diary. Year 3 of trials, day 20. 3 of trials? We're doing really badly at the trials. Abegarth broke his lyre for the 5th time. Hild got lost in the maze again. And Ren and Signy were both sick all over the many. We were going to finish the trials when we became adults. My father keeps telling me to improve, saying that I should try harder to become a proper Firminic adult. Year 4 of the trials, day 144. The trials aren't going well. I broke my arm while fighting a cow, and Bergarth almost fell into the furnace. Luckily, my father saved him, and Signy from spilling molten iron all over the adults. Askeladden's already become an adult as he keeps making fun of us. He really annoys me. Huh. No, more fire remains. It's not fair. Father said that me and my friends might never pass our trials. They don't want to help. They don't want us helping other people with their trials either. And now they say that we have to leave Relica. How can they do this? Exile us even. Okay, let's see about this one. Year 5 of the trials, day 89. Signy says that he heard about 2 island kingdoms that had been at war for hundreds of years. If we go there and make peace, will my father finally agree that we're true Firminic adults? Year 5 trials, day 93. Life's not fair. After the island kingdoms, and then they said that an adventurer has recently made peace. They're promising to marry the daughter of the king. Why does this always happen to us? If we'd just been a little earlier, I could have married the king's daughter. Year 5, day 95. Regarth said that just because they're at peace now doesn't mean that they always will be. He says that we have a plan. Year 5, day 95. Oh, same year. Regarth's plan is great. Now all I have to do is find the right armor and place one of the caves. The father's going to be so impressed with me. For starting a war? Alright, let's see about this one. Year 5, day 98. The plans worked. The kings are at war again. and no one knows where the soldiers, and all we have to do is make peace. And the council at home will be so impressed that they'll make us adults right away. You're 5 to 95? 99 even? Well, it's just so wrong. We were just about to get to the goods back when there's monsters in here. I'm not going anywhere near that giant snake, and I think the others agree with me. We're cold and hungry and can't go back to town because we got drunk in the inn and then they couldn't pay it. So it's bad that we have to burn my diary to keep warm. Someone help us. Okay. I'm on it, kids. Hey, there they are. What do we do now? If you hadn't drunk in the inn, Signy, we could have stayed longer. It wasn't just me who got drunk. It looked like you were about to puke all over the barmaid. Rin threw up anyway. I can't help it, I just have a weak stomach. You're no better, Hild. Said you knew where we were, and now look at us. We're cold, hungry, and now we're lost. We wouldn't have been so cold if Arnold had more diary pages he'd let us use. I said Arnold? Armid. Hey, I have to write down what's happened. Otherwise, Father won't believe me, and then when I tell him. If your father listened to you say, he wouldn't be here. You'd have to pass the trials and we'd be proper adults. Besides, it's not like he'll even look at the rubbish you've written in your diary. If only my father would come to save us. If only someone would come and save us. Someone's coming! Quick, let's hide! What if it's that monster again? What if it's one of us, the townspeople? What if my father's found out what we've been doing? Hey, where am I going to hide? Shh, just pretend like you're part of the scenery or something. You're almost smart enough to make a good rock. You want me to hit you? Just act normal, Armid, and hurry. Okay. Hello there. Just walk over here with my pimp cane. Don't bother me. Sorry? I said don't bother me. I'm being a rock at the moment. Can't be a rock. I heard you talking to people earlier. What did you hear? Your name's Armid, isn't it? I found your diary. What? How did you get it? Give it back. Now, not until you tell me what's going on. Why should I tell you? You're just going really well. We're just going to do really well and show my father we're the true adults. Wait, by starting a war? What the? Did you read my diary? Yes, all of it. Oh, what are you even doing in these caves anyway? Everyone else was scared to come down here. Well, I'm a regent of Miscellanea. The king asked me to take a look. You're the regent? My father. You four. I don't think we'd come out now. We're in big trouble. Nice impression of a rock you did there, Armid. So you're the adventurer we heard about. Then the one who married the princess. Yes, that's me. And you've just 5 people mentioned in Armid's diary, right? Armid, you should burn it all. Did you steal those goods from the Etceteraans and the Miscellaneans? It's been Bergerot's idea, not mine. He said that if we disguised ourselves as soldiers, we could convince both the king and the queen that we were under attack, and it almost worked too. It would have worked if we hadn't gone for that good huge snake. What huge snake? We put the things we had somewhere safe, so we could come back and get them when we made peace again. Everything was going well until we got back to that place and the giant sea snake had moved it. It's just a nest of all those boxes and barrels. I don't care about the plan. If you could just get rid of the sea snake, we'd be really grateful to you. Can't even get out of these dungeons while it's there. I agree with him. I want to go back home. It's cold here, and we got no food, and we can't go back to the town.
Not after we got drunk and then didn't pay their bill.
So, will you get rid of the sea snake? Of course, I was going to do that anyway. Thank you so much. You saved us from the brink of death. Could I ask you one more thing? What is it? Please don't tell my father how badly we messed up. Meddling kids. Alright, let's see about the sea snake. It's a lot of snakes. Just hatchlings, though. Hatchlings, yeggs. I suppose that someone around the lower level, these snakes might attack them. Me too powerful, though. A light? A light. Okay. Hello. Shut up! Let me just bop this thing across the head a few times. Yep. There's a couple more bops. Yep. Nice. I'll just take all this. Right on. Ugh, I'm poisoned, whatever. Hello down there, are you alright? Who's that? I'm up here above this hole. I've thrown down a rope. You sounded like you were trapped in there. Okay. Thank you. Okay. What's up, guard? I'm surprised you managed to get out of there without bearing any bones. Still, I can't let you go back down there until the queen says it's safe. Alright, no problem. Not like I want to go back down there anytime soon anyway. Alright. Queenie. Your Majesty. What is it? Found out what's caused all the problems. A group of teenagers from Relica came to Etcetera, proved themselves as adults. They said to try to start a war, and they then stop and then hail as peacemakers. And they were the ones who disguised themselves as soldiers. That explains why the citizens were about armies, I suppose. But what about the items that went missing? Well, I have a minor problem involving the sea snake. But I dealt with it and got the items back. Finally, the ruler of Miscellanea who's willing to something for his neighbors. Do you have the items with you? Yes, I have them with me. Thank you, Dinlak. You showed yourself to be an excellent diplomat and a soldier warrior with a combatant that comes naturally to many. My citizens would like their items back, of course. You would be my guards, deal with them for you, provided this suitable reward. Finally, I have a letter that I would like to give you to Vargas. Take to Vargas. The war was a mistake, and I've made a formal apology. I'll make sure to give it to him, Your Majesty. Thank you for all the help, Dinlak. To show your gratitude, Woodcutter and other workers of the Etcetera will pledge as a proportion to what they produce to the treasury. Now that you've finished giving these items back, please give my letter to Vargas. Okay. Alright, Vargas. I have good kind of news. How have your investigations been going, Dunlach? I found the people who took the goods from your citizens. Those Etcetera soldiers? They weren't Etcetera soldiers at all. They were teenagers from Relica who were trying to prove themselves as adults, starting a war and then bringing about peace. Why didn't they just go through the trials as usual? Unless they're the ones who the council warned me about. Apparently some of their young'uns are impressively useless. Still, I can't believe that they'd start a war between Miscellanea and Etcetera just to show they were adults.
But at least you found the missing goods. Do you have them with you?
I'm afraid not, Your Majesty. There are far too many for me to carry.
That's a pity. We'll have to send people down to collect them later then.
And I spoke to Sigrid about Cetria. She said she'd give me a letter for you, and she has a formal apology.
Oh, do you have this letter with you?
Of course, Your Majesty. Here you are.
Let me see. You defeated the sea snake? Sigrid seems rather impressed with that. And with caverns beneath palace joined to ours, I see. She thinks we should use forces to develop them for more houses. Finally, that's not what I had expected from her, Sigrid.
What is it, Your Majesty?
She says that I want a Yeti, she might want to get to know me better. Since we're both at warmongering fools, she thinks she might get along well. I suppose she's got a point there.
Brand's suggestion worked. I don't have to do anything.
What was that?
Nothing, Your Majesty. Do you want me to give a reply to Queen Sigrid?
No. I'll think about it for a while. Though I'd like to tell her I'm sorry for calling a warmongering harpy. In the meantime, Denlac, you managed to avert war and bring about culprits to light. The Kingdom of Miscellanea will have their reward for you this. Oh, jeez. I heard that the Assyrians are also grateful for your help, and they pledged some of their resources. You can talk to Grim about those before.
I swear I will learn how to speak, for the love of everything.